Good afternoon. It's time for another Scraplift Crafternoon. This week we are scraplifting Dorothy from Scrapbooking Quebec. I will make sure that her video is posted in the description below my own video, as well as the hop of all the other players or hoppers that are hopping along with us today. I want to show you this beautiful layout that Dorothy created. It is a selfie layout. It is so pretty. It is using the Pink Fresh collection Life Right Now. I'm going to be using my November 2022 CKCB kit to create this layout, and I have laid out some of the papers here below that I'm going to be using, as well as the embellishment packs. I did bring out the Life Right Now embellishment pack. I don't know that I'm going to actually use it for this layout, because I have the Days of Splendor, which is the collection that I'm using from Pink Fresh that's in my CKCB kit this month. Some thickers in gold, and some butterflies, and some purple alphas, and the journaling bits from Days of Splendor. So let's come back and see what I'm going to do next, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this Life Right Now ephemera pack, and I'm going to take that backing out, and I'm going to use it to cut the circle for my journaling on my layout. It looks very similar to what Dorothy did in her layout, and I tend to do this with all of my Pink Fresh Studio ephemera packs that come with the grid background, because it is the perfect weight for journaling on. It's a grid, it's just the right size for me to write on, and so this was a no-brainer for me to just go ahead and use it. And so I tend to save these from all of my Pink Fresh Studio ephemera packs. Now I noticed that the Days of Splendor ephemera packs, the little backing in each one of those is glossy, so I will probably throw those away instead of keeping them, because I don't really like glossy paper. This is a really simple journaling spot to create. I took the striped paper, and you're going to see right here, I'm kind of sort of on screen here, and I'm halfway laying it flat on top of my big shot. I really need a bigger space to record and work. I just don't have that. I roughly cut off what I thought I needed for the journaling spot to mat that journaling spot. And the reason why I cut it backwards is because I was making sure that I didn't cut those cutouts that I thought I might use later this month in another layout. There were a couple that I wanted to fussy cut, and so I was making sure that I cut from the side that I knew I wasn't wanting to save for another layout. Very simple to do here. I know you guys have seen people run a die through a hot shot, big shot, many times, but I'll show you here. Dorothy used 3 patterned papers to create a layered vertical border down the left side of her layout. She had scraps available. This is almost an entirely full collection that I am just now cutting into. So I don't have scraps, and so I'm cutting into full sheets, as you can see. I'm going to use the leaf motif pattern twice, only I'm going to use that ombre grid paper side of it, the B side, for my middle piece, just to separate the two patterns. I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to my white cardstock. Now, I recently discovered through my friend Kimberly at I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking that Joann's had a package of white cardstock that's a really nice weight. It is really, really close to the same weight as Vicky Bouton's Foundations mixed media paper. And in fact, I have created mixed media on a couple of sheets. It works gloriously. So if you're looking for that, I can put a link down in the bottom. And if I forget, you can ask me for it, and I'll go ahead and give it to you. I am going to be using only one of the 3 photos that you see me here. I thought I might get all 3 photos on this layout, but as I was placing them on there, I just didn't like how it looked. This is from an outing that my husband and I took last September in 2021 when we were still living in upstate New York. We drove out the back gate of the military base that we lived on about an hour or so, and we ran into, I want to say we did 5 different waterfalls that day, an hour away from where we lived. We spent the whole afternoon hiking and just taking photos and giggling like we were newlyweds and just having such a good time. And I will probably do multiple layouts of this outing. I think that this might make a great cover page if I were to do a mini album. I don't make mini albums, but this will make a great cover page for a series of layouts in a future album. Dorothy had fussy cut tickets from a piece of pattern paper from the Life Right Now collection. I don't have tickets, so I'm going to cut these frames from the frame piece of paper that you saw at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to use ovals and circles rather than the tickets. I will also bring in the floral and leaf ephemera from the Days of Splendor collection as well. Like Dorothy said, I had great fun layering the ephemera up on this layout and trying to create a balanced look. She went into great detail in her video about how to do that, and so I won't repeat that here. So make sure that you watch her original video. She's a great teacher and she does a really good job explaining how she did her process. So as you saw, I just took off that second photo from my layout, and now I am adding some bits and pieces to it. I put 2 of the tags from the Journaling Bits ephemera pack behind my photo. I'm doing that in place of matting my photo. Dorothy had her photo matted. I'm not matting mine. I'm just going to use those tags in place of matting. And I'm going, she had 4 tickets on her layout. I did not cut out 4 circles, ovals, plus the journaling tag for my layout. Instead, I'm going to use this other little piece of journaling. It's from the Journaling Bits ephemera pack as well. I'm beginning to build my clusters and just kind of play around a little bit here, moving things around. I'm even going to end up putting what I decide to be my title from the gold thickers. I didn't end up using the purple letters from the Days of Splendor collection on this layout at all. I can use them on another layout. I still have plenty of the papers left for subsequent layouts, and that's fine. I don't know if you see, but up in the upper left-hand corner, I have a small metal bowl. It is actually magnetic, and I have put the 2 dies that I used on this layout on there. That way they don't fall behind my desk, because that desk is wedged in between my main desk and the wall, and it is hard to move, and believe me, I have had to dig out little tiny dies from behind it before, and not something I want to repeat. My friend Robin from the We Create 2022 retreat that I went to talked about the magnetic bowl. She got hers from Harbor Freight. I actually cheated and I ordered mine from Amazon. I think I paid about the same as they were at Harbor Freight, and it meant I did not have to go out to the store. I avoid going to Harbor Freight with every fiber of my being. My husband drags me in there all the time buying tools and stuff for the cars, and so I just ordered from Amazon because it was easier. So I'm going to finish up gluing down some little minor details to my layout now. Off camera, I glued down the 3 main floral clusters, and now I'm just going to add some little bits and pieces here on camera just to kind of finish them off. If you saw right there, I started to tuck one of the leaves behind that red flower. It was too long and I tore the stem off because I just wanted to tuck it underneath there. I'm also going to add a couple of the little tiny flowers from the ephemera pack on here as well to make sure that they're as fairly balanced, and just kind of to continue to draw your eye in that visual triangle there. I really want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. I really appreciate it if you click like on my video if you liked it, and if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. I love my subscribers. I try to respond to each and every comment I get on my videos, and make sure you also go down into that description and click on the playlist. That playlist will take you to everybody that's participating in the hop this week. I'm not real sure how many we have participating this week, but the playlist will be complete and you will be able to see everybody's layout and see everybody else's take on the layout. Thank you and have a great Sunday afternoon. Bye.